Back on, Gertie Rude. Back again, that Friday mood. Well, it's Friday, and here in the great Sussex Weald, it is absolutely blisteringly hot, gorgeous. It is the Indian summer that we all predicted. Hallelujah, praise the Lord. It must be Mr. Trump. He's brought the American weather with him, wherever it is in America that's hot. Maybe, I don't know. Does he come from California? No, he comes from the East Coast, doesn't he? New York. Anyway, so, coffee. That's all I can say in New York accent. Coffee. There you go. So, I thought we'd jump into this and get to the interesting bit. This is the great, world-famous YouTuber Taz from According to Taz. And obviously we know that this is the great Dan Wootton from the Outspoken podcast, the one and only podcast that I watch. Actually, that's a lie. The only one I watch of political bent, let's say. So, I like Trigonometry. Do you ever watch Trigonometry? Yes, I like that, and I like that other lad, Andrew Gold. His one. He's good. He has some good people on. I liked it. Did he do Andrew Bustamante? I love that guy. He's a really good watch. Anyway, let's jump in because it's to do with Harry, and it harkens back to, I think, a video I did last week, a reaction video. So we jump in.
Think about what's happened over the past week, because again, I feel like people are just totally trying to move on and ignore this.
Right.
Charles ignores William.
Yes.
Gives this massive olive branch to Prince Harry. Now, sure, the meeting was nothing like Harry's team tried to make out. It was formal. It was fast. He had to drive through the visitor's entrance. There was someone else in the room. But the fact is, Charles still went against...
Yeah, with the click and collect for Waitrose. That's what I heard. I mean, don't quote me on it.
William.
That's what I heard.
In order to, in some way, provide this olive branch.
Yes.
To Harry. And allow Harry to at least have a chance. And within 72 hours,
right,
Tash, he has totally blown it.
No.
With that Guardian interview.
Right.
Despite making absolute promises to Charles that he would not talk about the meeting.
Yes.
He did. He may not have sat down and said, oh, this is what my father said, but he said, the next year is going to be all about my dad.
Right. So stop there. We know, don't we? That goes back to my reaction video last week. We know what we know, don't we? Of course, he shouldn't have said what he said because he just can't keep his mouth shut, that one, can he? And the one good thing about Diana, she could always keep her mouth shut, so he obviously hasn't got that from her. She was very tight-lipped, from what I recall. Apart from, like, the Andrew Morton books and that, obviously that was nothing to do with her. But, I mean, she never spoke out of school, did she? So I don't know where he's getting it from. It must be an American thing, you know, you've got to care and share. Caring and sharing, and oversharing about caring. So, obviously, yes, that is why, don't say obviously again, Gert, but that is apparently what happened. It was a specific meeting for a specific reason. And I've seen a short as well with Lady C. Was it with Dan Wootton? Anyway, there's a short up where Lady C's got the inside information, because she's always got the inside info, hasn't she? That the meeting, although it was mooted in the media as being like 33 minutes because somebody had a stopwatch. I bet it was Camilla as well. I bet she was there with it. It's 33 minutes and 42 seconds. It wasn't. It was more like 12 minutes. Because it was 33 minutes he was actually in the, what would you call it, room, the reception room to see his dad, or the tea room, or wherever it was he see his dad and had tea, cup of tea, whatever. The actual face-to-face was like 12 minutes because he was doing a very, very busy schedule. So it goes back to that, doesn't it? Things are happening. Oh dear. Well, time will tell.
Tash, that the King's health is even worse than we had previously.
Well, it's tragic.
So he had his chance, he blew it, but because the mainstream media in this country have been so craven and pathetic and desperate for some reason to facilitate this reunion, he's getting another free pass.
Oh.
I'm on the fence when it comes to, well, in fact, I have a bit of a different opinion, I think, to some people with regards to Prince William perhaps feeling frustration towards his father. There's a bit where I think Charles was damned if he did and damned if he didn't. There was, because of Harry in his interview with the BBC in May, when he started the nonsense, I don't know how long my father has to live. And then he also confirmed to the interviewer that his father was not speaking to him. Up until that point, it was just pure speculation. But then...
So he knew that by osmosis or something. It was his psychic abilities or something with Harry. It's hard to tell, isn't it? Anyway, sorry, Taz.
From that moment, Harry had confirmed that he was being ignored, and it kicked up a lot of people saying that's not, Charles is the head of the Church of England, he should forgive his younger son, he should do this.
Why?
I think at a time when the monarchy is not doing so great, and I do believe it's King Charles that is, I mean, they were big...
But I mean, on the plus side, obviously, with Charles being his dad, and his dad being... well, king, I was going to say de facto, but it is actual, isn't it? King. In everything but name. In name, actually. Because usually you say de facto king in everything but name, but obviously it's the opposite with him, isn't it? So there's that to it. But when the inevitable does happen, because you live with this terrible disease, it's the most outrageous, disgusting disease known to man. Well, there's quite a few, but that tops it, doesn't it? The C-word disease. With the terminal prognosis, diagnosis, outcome, whatever, there's going to be some dosh, isn't there? He's obviously going to be in his will, isn't he, old Barry? So he get a couple of quid. Well, say him, the Marklet.
Choose to fill after his mother, and I think there is a lot of things that are going on which have turned certain people against things that King Charles perhaps talks about, and the things that he associates with.
Yes.
And I just really can't help but feel that he tried to meet with Harry, and it was done in such a way it was
to manage
more
it
than a slot-in business meeting, because it stopped that in its tracks. Harry can't say I'm being ignored anymore. People can't say the king is being cruel anymore.
Well, it's not.
And he did it, like you said. I mean, Harry basically came in through the tradesman entrance.
He did.
So he's seen him.
With
he
the
listened
Waitrose.
to him. It was brief. It was perfunct. He was in and he was out. And Harry has completely blown it all up. So if the king now goes...
He probably spent more time with some minor dignitary that day than he did his own son. Which in and of itself is tragic. I mean, it's all tragic if you step back and look at it. Is it just me? It is tragic. I mean, if he was just Joe Bloggs, it would still be tragic, wouldn't it? He's got himself in the most stickiest of sticky wickets. And of course, when the inevitable does happen, he's not going to get any, what would you say, from William? Leeway. Is it leeway? Yes, I think not. Me thinketh that, me saith.
That's right. I gave him a chance.
Yeah.
People can't really turn against him because he's still going to continue to ignoring him. I think even
is it that old Barry's got no filter? Do you know what I mean? For whatever reason, he might have some sort of brain thing going on there that he's just got no filter. So almost like a Tourette's, undiagnosed Tourette's. If you tell him not to say anything, he just says it. Can't help it.
Onto the channel today, I saw US Weekly, we know is a proven, a chosen media outlet by Harry and Meghan.
Yeah.
They apparently have an exclusive that it was an emotional. There were lots of hugs. Harry cried when he saw his father.
Oh.
So this is just the beginning, really. They're leaking like a tap already. So whether Charles did it as something calculated to shut it down, or whether the king did it a pure moment of it is his son, he does have cancer, he's going to give him a chance, it has proved that Harry cannot be given any more chances. He cannot.
It's very sad. It's very tragic, isn't it?
Maybe Charles can
it's very tragic.
Say, okay.
Anyway, I'm going to leave it there, but basically it goes back on the video I did last week when I was speculating as to why maybe he'd have given him this audience in the scenario, because I know there's like thousands of you out there that have been through this scenario. Obviously, hundreds of you listen to me rather than thousands. I'm not tinkling my own bell, but you people that do, I know a lot of you have been through this, or known somebody that's been through it, and you watch it as an observer. And I just got it when I heard out of left field he was coming to see his father, and it was all very perfunctory and very well organised apparently, that the king did his duty by his son and saw his son was overwhelmed with emotion, because I don't think a lot of what he's done he actually means. He's just I think he would say the Marklet represents my future and all that BS that men like that come out with. He's a cuck, and he... Anyway, it's all very sad, and I think it's only going to go downhill from here. But I suppose the good news is that Marklet's done something to do with a Disney thing on the Hulu documentary about Disney. So it turned out she did get a freebie to Disney. I mean, nothing would winkle that whole thing down there otherwise, would it? Because it's not about her, it's about the children. So there's that. And then I've seen another thing as well, and I don't know how true it is, that apparently, and I don't know whether it's speculation, the Marklet allowed the children to speak to Charles on a Zoom call. But I did look at it and look into it and think, well, how would they know that? It doesn't seem to be from an official source. It's rather more speculative than a factual. Anyway, wherever you are, have a great weekend. I hope if you're in Britain, well, I hope wherever you are in the world, it's lovely weather for you. But specifically if you're in Britain, because it's rained so much recently, I hope you have a wonderful weekend. It's going to be lovely, hot and gorgeous, and I'm going to get into my thing and do what it is I've got to do with my garden. Put it right for the winter, like you do. Hate gardening. Anyway, love you all. Bye-bye now.